What do you get when you cross an elephant with a rhino? Elephino? Hey guys, it's Super John Bombo here, and today we've got a video about the fattest monkeys in BTD6. And honestly, I was thinking pretty hot and tempting. I mean, Adora, I mean, there's statements to be made about a lot of heroes here. You know, but realistically, Adora's always been my favorite, but I think I just can't go for her. I cannot do it in this video. It's got to be Phat. Phat is by far the fattest monkey in BTD6, the prettiest, the hottest, and the most tempting. It's just clear and obvious. When it comes to monkeys, though, we have to look at who is absolutely the most fat monkey in here. And, you know, I don't know, but I'm really thinking, look at the dump truck on the boomerang monkey. Whoa! That surprised the crap out of me. I mean, everybody else is kind of normal and average. I mean, Bombshoe is obviously pretty thick. But Boomerang Monkey, it's gotta be him. With military monkeys, it's a little less clear. Dartling Gun's kind of hidden. Monkey Ace Helipal's like, whoa, what's going on here? But then you look at the mortar and you're like, whoa! What happened to him? He's like a foot tall and also a foot wide. Mortar Monkey, definitely. Now this one's a little bit weird, a little bit awkward. The magic monkeys are, I don't know, goofy looking. I mean, Druid, he's kind of fat-ish, but, you know, I honestly think that the wizard is just the most mysterious. I mean, like, look at these robes. What is hiding beneath those things? I don't know, but they don't want to tell me. That's the truth. And then we get here, and we're like, oh, engineer monkey, beast handler. Yeah, honestly, they're both not that fat. But then I looked at the Spike Factor, and I was like, oh, so here we are, playing Chimps with the fattest monkeys in the game, on quite possibly the fattest map in the game, Candyland. Boy, would I love to live in a Candyland kind of world for myself. We're going to do a boomerang start. I think that's the only start that I can realistically do. Wizard's like a maybe, but it's going to be tough. Definitely no mortar, can't afford it. And then Spike Factory, obviously also too expensive here. So boomerang's going to be the way to start. Question is, do I have to upgrade him pretty far here, or could I just jump straight into a somethingness? I think that I'm going to have to upgrade him. I think I'm going to have to go for the faster firing. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with the faster firing here. And then I realistically, the problem here is I only get 4 total monkeys to play. Well, 5 total monkeys. 4 total towers here to beat this game. On Chimps mode, that's actually not the typical. We can do 2 tower Chimps and everything, but this is a very limited set of towers, so it's going to be a little tricky for us. So, I think since we're already locked into faster rings here, I'm just going to do it. And then, unfortunately, I think I have to start saving up at this point. Otherwise, I'm going to be totally screwed long term. All right, going pretty well. Round 9, green blooms and everything. Boomerang's hooking around like a beautiful man. Oh my gosh. Yes, look at how thick he is. Dang, faster firing rings is quite a delicious tower. I mean, this is round 10, going down easily. All right, and I think if we can't, we're going to do Phat. This is kind of goofy because Phat, I don't know, there's spots that I could put him, but I think this is probably my best location. Now, one of the weaknesses of my entire strategy here is going to obviously be cam detection, right? Whenever you have a limitation of towers, you have to think, how am I going to get cam detection? Obviously, the boomerang doesn't have it. Obviously, Phat doesn't have it. And then we get to the mortar, we're like, well, the mortar can have it, but then you are locked into the bottom path, cross path, and that kind of sucks. But we do have a wizard, and the wizard can get some decent camo detection in the early game. And then in the late game, he's going to have the possibility to decamo with either Arcane Spike or Archmage or Bottom Path. And I think, unfortunately, because purple Bloons exist in this game... Oh, you know what? Maybe we could pull off a Spike Factory combo. Oh! I just came up with a great idea. Let's do it. If you're ready to make SJB just that much more fat by feeding him Chipotle or other things... Use my creative support code. It's SJB. Appreciate it so much, guys. Like, seriously, I appreciate it so much. So thank you. Oh, look at the tightness here. Look at this twite action Spike Factory in the last second at round 15. Amazing. Dude, once you get a Spike Factory, things just, like, surprisingly get mega easy. And Phat against blacks and whites is straight up amazing. That was instantaneous death on every single Bloon that came in. Obviously not quite as great against pinks and yellows and everything, but like, can we do that again? Just boom, boom. Oh no, Boomerang started popping things. Oh crap. That went significantly worse than the black Bloons. Okay. All right, let's just get everybody on the board here. We've got some cam detection, but I'm gonna need more. So, positioning-wise, I think I want to put everybody next to Phat if possible. You know, Phat does have the ability to strengthen our towers, even though it's going to be minimal on a lot of them. It still is something. So, I think this is a pretty good spot for a wizard. And then we're also going to build a mortar, and even though it doesn't really matter, we're just going to put put Mortar next to Phat, and then we can micro him as we need. So this is the tower combo that we have to beat Chimps with. It's kind of goofy, but I feel like we can probably manage it. We're definitely going to have to go for some really solid 5th tier towers here, though, and definitely going to have to match them up properly to make this work. So luckily, we do have lead popping power with both Phat and our Mortar, so we don't have to worry about that. I always hate that the 3rd tier wizard here does not have lead popping power. I strongly believe that Arcane Mastery should just have lead popping power. I don't know why he doesn't. It might make him a little bit too good, to be honest, but as he is right now, he's actually really, really good. Check out the range increase. Check out the damage increase. Check out the everything increase here. And then don't forget, all we have to do is get Intense Magic and Monkey Sense. That's going to give us the cam detection here and make us have even more range, which is just insanity, right? So this guy's pretty much a beast at this point, and if you can, put him on strong. He does damage, so whenever you're hitting the stronger balloons, it's all that much better. His weakness, of course, purple balloons. Don't forget that we are going to have to deal with some camo purples later on. That means we do need to make sure that our Spike Factory is going to be the cam detection necessary for that. So I think I'm going to do it. It's kind of a goofy early game tower. Like, I don't normally like to do this, but I think I'm going to go all the way up to a Spike Balls. It does lock me in at a top path Spike Factory, so I can't go for any sort of middle path, carpet spikes or something like that. But I think it's going to be really, really, really solid. I'm going to utilize all of my other towers here to make sure that I can get all that pop power necessary, so we don't need a carpet spikes. But here we go. Spike Balls is up on around 35. At this point, this is kind of odd, but you can actually pop a Moab in its entirety with the length of this map with just this Spike Ball Spike Factory. Alright, with even faster production. But he is a Moab popping power god for some reason, because he pops the Moab layer really easily with a few spikes. He does extra ceramic damage, which is kind of crazy, and then of course you have to pop all the balloons inside, but he can still manage that. So this is a fantastic, fantastic tower early game. Once you get him, the only thing that's going to kill you is a random gigantic regen rush, or if multiple Moabs like sneak through the back of your defense, dude. Otherwise, you are golden. And oddly enough, though, everything's kind of working in my favor here, but I have not had to upgrade my Mortar much, have not had to upgrade my Boomerang much, and at this point, I think I'm going to kind of chill on it. I think I'd rather go for an Arcane Spike. I want the extra Moab damage, and I think he's also going to be a really good addition to our team because he's just solid with his range. Alright, so we got a Moab coming out right now. Again, not worried. We got the Spike Ball Factory in the back, but if we can get any extra damage, why not? Let Phat smack it around a little bit. We do some extra damage with the Wizard, and then clean it up in the back. Beautiful. We're halfway to Arcane Spike, and then things should be flowing all that smoother. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Camo purples. I got ice in my mouth. But it's okay. We're good. We're good. What is, we are fine. And I never really noticed this, but this is actually a really good combo. Phat, Arcane Mastery, is doing almost all the work. Of course, Spike Factory has had to clean up some balloons here, but like a base Mortar and a like baby Boomerang, they're not doing anything right now. It's really this combo right here. Even around 47, we're dominating, and this isn't even the 4th tier yet. Now, Moab popping power, extra balloon popping power, extra camo detection. Oh, he's a good combo, bro. Good just tower. Oh, crap, more camo purples! This one's going to be a lot beefier, though. I think Spike Factory can hang on, though. Indeed he can. Very easily, I might add. And that leads us open to... We do have to be careful here. Okay, very, very careful. The next big camo rush is going to be on round 78 and 51. And even though that doesn't include camo purples, this guy by himself is not necessarily going to be able to pop all those ceramics, and even with his cleanup tower, it might not be enough. So we have to do something in addition to that. Probably going to have to get some decamoization. Now you might be wondering, how do we get that, Chris? Of course, the Mortar can do it. Just get a pot and path Mortar. But also, there's another tower here that we need to talk about. Archmage. Archmage not only is going to give us that extra pop power, but also is going to give a decamoization aspect. He also has the 3rd tier bottom path Wizard combo for some reason. I don't know why it has a Shimmer, but it does. Archmage has Shimmer. So, it kind of like gets all the attacks of like all the Wizards basically, so sure, why not? Archmage. I still have my Wizard on strong. I just want to point out, look at round 54 here. What a beauty. What a beauty. And then Phat just turns around, smacks him back. It's like no issues at all here. Even against these big chunks of ceramics too. Knock him down into whites and blacks, and then just knock him down into nothing. Phat also does damage. So it's kind of weird. 95% of the time, it goes kind of well, but every once in a while, you notice that our damage just doesn't do exactly what we want. Whether the Archmage hits it just wrong or whatever, it turns into big chunks of pinks, big chunks of yellows, instead of just knocking them down into, like, reds or blues, which obviously much more problematic. But it's kind of like random based on what balloons are coming out here. When you get that damage, sometimes it can just be bad. In fact, there was a thing in, I think it was BTD 5 or maybe Bloons Buggy City, where you would specifically want to damage the mob with like a sniper first, then try to damage it with something that does a lot of damage, then knock it down into reds and blues instead of blacks and whites and zebras and rainbows, because then you would just have almost nothing left and just let your grouped attack towers like a cannon or a mortar deal with it. So it's a really like advanced technique that I don't really use all that much in BTD6, to be honest, but you can still sort of do it if you're really, really good at it. Another way that this is kind of important is if you guys have ever played with the First Strike sub, if you damage the bad just enough, you can actually pop a bad onto nothing. But if you damage it not enough, you can pop, or if you damage just a little bit less, you can pop the DDTs, but not those Oh My Gods. And then if you do it really bad, you can pop it into all DDTs and all those Oh My Gods popping out of the bad balloon, which is obviously pretty awful. So, getting the first strike just right can be extremely important. Ooh, here we go. Purples, but not camo purples. Does not seem to be that bad, but it is kind of absorbing a lot of my wizard action here. Spike Factory's actually having to do a lot of damage here, and I'd really like to just have an Archmage for 63, so I'm going to try to hold on. We got some more reinforced mobs coming in here. This one's taken down. We got one more left. That one's going to get a little closer, but we do manage, and we need $500 here to get an Archmage. Uh-oh. All right, we're going to Phat ability here, and hopefully pop some of them. There we go. We get an Archmage job. So yeah, Archmage, it's got everything. All right, here's the shimmer. You guys going to see the shimmer. The shimmer. Shimmer, where's the shimmer? Does it only happen when there's actually camo balloons coming out? It's actually kind of interesting. Never noticed. Yeah, but he shimmers anyways. He shimmers, he dragon breaths, he shoots out magic blast. He's got everything he needs. And honestly, getting an Archmage on around 65 is just straight up redonkulous. This combo's great. Like, I am not upset at all. I think this is easily going to carry us through around 78, maybe even 80. And then we'll have to see where the money leads us and what we want to get with our mortar boomer combo. All right, here's the good news. Coming up around 75, it's still absolutely dominating at this point, but I decided screw the strategy for a few minutes. Let's talk about Chris's extremely awesome story. All right, so I like to try to entertain you guys every once in a while when something interesting actually happens to me, and just believe it or not, something interesting did happen to me just recently. I got to tell you guys about it. So, without giving any information away just yet, there is a big change coming to my life fairly soon, and I've decided that I'm gonna try to enjoy life a little bit for the next little bit. So I wanted to give my wife a little bit of a break because she's been working really hard at her job and everything, and she just needed a vacation. So we decided to go on vacation, and we decided to go to Florida. Now, we went to Florida for her honeymoon about 3 years ago, and we were like, you know what, let's just kind of double dip here. Let's do it again. Why not? It was fun. The beach was nice, and she's like a big fan of the beach because she used to always go when she was, you know, a kid. Me, I don't really care for the beach that much. I mean, sure, sunlight's nice. I like sun. I like water. I like sand. It's cool too, but I'm not like obsessed or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, sure, why not? Before I get too deep into the story, though, check this out. Around 78, we have the Camo Rush coming out, and here's the Shimmer. Look at the amount of Shimmer happening. We Shimmer a lot of those balloons. Do a great job here. Decamo most of them. Pop all the rest. And the Wizard here was able to do all of that work without any help from the Spike Factory at all. That's amazing. Also, note the amount of money that we have right now. It's kind of wild. 35K. Getting an Archmage at early game allows you to just bank that money and do whatever you want with it long term. And I still have not yet decided what I want to do. I mean, I was never, I did, the thing is like, Bloons Celebration's like really coming to mind right now, even though I was like the entire game, I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to get stuck in the cross path. I don't want to get stuck with the, cam detection here. But now that I can get a 50, that's kind of interesting. Or, I can go for any one of the boomerangs, really. The only problematic part here is that, I will either have to go for a, I'll definitely have to go a Red Hot Rings middle path. If I get a Glaive Lord, I can't get the Red Hot Rings, which kind of sucks because that would have helped me against the DPs a little bit extra. Or if I go for the bottom path, that's not a bad plan at all, and I actually have the money for it. I think very soon. So I think I'm gonna do that. Anyways, let's continue the story. When I need it, I'll buy the boomerang. I think bottom path. That's the way to go. Or if I want to go crazy, can you? How much money is this? It's like 130 grand. Oh no, that's not happening. Oh boy, I don't think you can buy that in Chimps at all. There's a big race into can you get a temple in Chimps mode, and I think it was done once, 400, or a couple times maybe, but I've never done it personally. I've done it after round 100 though, which is kind of fun. Anyways, back to the story. So we decided to go to Florida. We decided to go back to the spot where we had our honeymoon, and we got to the hotel. Everything went pretty reasonably smooth. Believe it or not, things were actually not more expensive than we went last time, which I was kind of surprised by. Because last time we went, I don't want to say it was ridiculously expensive, but compared to the normal vacations that I take, which is just like a day trip kind of situation, or staying at a hotel for a night or two or whatever, Wisconsin Dells or something, that's like a cool place that I would go to. It was pretty pricey, so we're like, oh crap, like we're gonna have to spend a bunch of money again, and actually it was not as expensive as last time, which I was kind of surprised by. Okay, here we go. Let's check this out. Spike Factory in the back. Oh no. Okay, so we need more. We need more pop and power. All right, here's the interesting part. This guy will not help us out against the Bloons much, but he will give us more opportunity to pop the mobs faster, and I can also move this guy to first instead, so we can help us pop the ceramics and everything. I think that's going to be a better combo here. Archmage, the nice thing about him is he's kind of a jack of all trades. He can do both. I usually think of him as a mob popper, but he can do both for sure. But against Super Ceramics, definitely, especially reinforced Super Ceramics, definitely starts to fall off a little bit, unless you have a lot of time to pop them. Which way, looking good. So, anyways, we get to the hotel, and actually, right away, this is what happened. Normally, it's kind of like a fancier place, and when you walk in, they're like, would you like to have a glass of champagne on us? And I'm like, whoa, okay. And the thing is, me and my wife don't really drink much, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And they're like, oh, okay. Because most people, I guess, drink champagne when they get to the hotel. They were all, like, sad about it. But we didn't get offered. And the people in front of us got offered. The people behind us got offered. We didn't get offered, though. I was like, whoa, bro. I mean, like, yeah, you can't tell from the look of me that I don't drink champagne here. In which way, I wasn't bothered. I was just like, whatever. We'll go upstairs and we'll just wallow in the lack of champagne that we weren't going to drink anyways, right? So we woke up at like 5 in the morning that day, 4:30 or something like that, to get our flight. Obviously, flying for 3 hours is not fun. You know, everybody knows that. You're tired when you get there, and I was like, I'm going to take a quick nap. But I'm kind of hot, kind of sweaty, so take a shower first. So just got out of the shower. I'm sitting in my boxers on the bed, and guess what, guys? Remember how I told you guys that I was... people saw my butt a while back. Oh, here we go. This is where it's going to get interesting. Camo purples, I think we're going to be okay. And guess what? We need more balloon pop power. Let's focus on that with a middle path popping off. I don't think I want to go for the biggest one. I think this is going to be a better combo, personally. Just stall the balloons on the screen for a little bit. This triple 5th year combo is going to be pretty much godlike, though. How could we lose? Bad balloon pop power. Maybe. Mob Dom should have covered, but maybe it won't be enough. And we did kind of put a lot of our defense right in the very front here, so a little bit worried. Anyways, we've got Pop It All now. We're going to switch this guy back to strong, and I'm going to see if just Pop It All can do all the damage here. I think the better cross path is the top path, but honestly, I'm not sure anymore. They've been nerfing and buffing this guy like crazy, so I don't really know what's his deal at this point. So I'm chilling on the bed. I literally like fall asleep, napping in my boxers on the bed. My wife is just sitting there reading her book or on her phone or whatever. I don't even know, but all of a sudden I hear a big bang, boom. I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm like all groggy. I'm like looking over. What's going on? Like, did cleaning people try to walk in our room or knock on the door or something? And there they are. There's a woman and this guy just standing in a hotel room, and they're like, I'm just like groggy as crap. Like, what's happening right now? Like, what is going on? And Amanda just looks over, and she's not saying anything either. And then this woman just starts yelling. She's like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm too drunk for this right now. I can't handle this. This is our vacation. And she starts like crying right there. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, is my gross, nearly naked body really that terrible for everybody here? I did not realize this. And she just, the funny thing is they just stand there. They legit just stand there staring at us. And they're like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? Oh my God, what do we do? And I'm just like, not be here right now. Obviously, they're like, we got this room. they just gave us this room, and we just carted into your room, just so you know. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And then they finally left. It had to be that they were in our room for a solid 2 minutes. Now, if it was me, I'd just be straight with you guys. I would probably just walk into somebody's room that I got the key for, notice that there's people there, be like, oops, let me leave and go talk to the front desk because clearly there was a mistake. Not start screaming and screeching and standing there and unsure of what to do at that exact moment because they were definitely just way too confused about this situation. Anyways, we get downstairs and I wasn't angry, to be honest, but I was like, I kind of feel like I deserve something here, you know, like the hotel screwed up. They could have saw me, we could have like been completely naked in the bed doing fun stuff or something like that, and like people could have walked into our room, which is not cool, right? Of course, I did not pop the latch, but I should mention that it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we just got there like an hour and a half ago, and we're sitting in the room like normal people, right? So, oh man, I'm actually taking this bad bleed really slow so I can finish the video, but I think we're going to have an easy win here, obviously. I don't think we have any chance of losing, but Moab Dom is still not reaching this guy. Awkward. So, we get downstairs, and they're like, oh, you gotta wait, you gotta talk to the manager. I'm like, okay. We had to sit down for like 15 minutes waiting for the manager. Eventually, she comes out, and she's like, I'm so sorry. We're gonna do a bunch of crap for you. We're gonna give you guys a charcuterie board. And I'm like, okay, sounds good, I guess. I'll take a charcuterie board. They're like, we're gonna give you a free breakfast. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. And then they're like, and we're also gonna come off you $200 off your hotel, or off your stay here. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So just for people seeing me nearly naked, I'll get, you know, like $300 worth of crap here. That sounds like a pretty decent deal. Now, I was not expecting that. I was like, yeah, maybe you'll give me like a free breakfast or something like that, but not like $300 worth of stuff. So anyways, we got a pretty nice bonus off. Oh, here we go. Got a nice Insta Monkey Mortar. Woo! 1.2 million off the Archmage. Holy crap. You know, let's free play for a few rounds while I finish the story here. So anyways, after that, though, it was just, there were so many annoying things that happened, though. Just, like, straight up. They ended up locking us out of our room by changing the card key after that without telling us. After we got, like, our groceries, because we were staying there for 4 days, we, like, stopped at a CVS and picked up some, like, Pop-Tarts and some snacks and stuff like that, so we could just chill in our room and eat food whenever we're hungry. We don't have to actually go out and get dinner or whatever. And then, they said the charcuterie board was going to be there at like 7 o'clock at night, and I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. So we were like specifically in the room waiting for the charcuterie board, and it never came. So I waited until like 7:15, and I called the front desk, and I'm like, are we getting the thing? Like, it's okay if we don't, but like, are we getting this thing? And they're like, ooh, we got nothing on file, so I don't really know what to do about this. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't really matter. So they're like, but they're like, okay, well, we're going to set it up anyways. I'm like, okay, great, sounds good. Then the next day, we ended up with another charcuterie board in our fridge. Because they screwed up the first charcuterie board and they felt bad about it. So we got 2 free charcuterie boards out of the charcuterie board nonsense. And I'm like, dude, like, it's like one mess up leads to another mess up leads to another mess up. But again, I'm not upset at all. I'm just like, whatever at this point. I don't even care. I'm getting my $200 off, bro. I'll take $200 for free any day. And here we go. Let's micro this crap. And anyways, yeah, we got a bunch of free crap, and I don't regret nothing. I regret absolutely nothing. So we have not used this ability yet, and I kind of feel bad that I never used it. So I'm going to pop that puppy real quick. Still going very strong, by the way. We're at 103 at this point, and I am like amazed that we are still alive and thriving. The fattest monkeys really are fat. So that's the thing, is I gained like 3 pounds on this vacation, and I feel extremely fat right now. So I had to tell you guys my extremely fat story here. All right, check this out. Oh, baby, we're still going. I can't believe it. How? I don't know why we're still alive with 4 random monkeys. 5 random monkeys combined together here. Oh. Pop them in the back, pop them in the back. Looking good, actually. Somehow, magically, still alive. Popping off. Woo. So, I don't know. I thought it was kind of an interesting story. I'm happy. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about the vacation in another video, maybe, if you guys are interested. Nothing too crazy happened, besides a decent storm washed up a bunch of sand dollars. So, got some sand dollars out of it all. and it was good and relaxing. We don't get to, I don't want to say I don't get to relax all that often, but my wife in particular has not had a good time relaxing recently, so I was glad I was able to like hook her up with going on vacation together and making sure that she got her dreams to happen, right? So anyways, I think that's all I'm going to have for you guys. I'm going to just play this until I lose. It could be like the next round, but I'm going to play this until I lose, and we'll peace out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and of course have a super duper delicious day. If you guys want to be oh so unbelievably kind to me, make sure you press the like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you use my creator support code. Pat's going to reach level 20 at round 113. We're freaking ridiculous, and we're still alive. Kind of wild, actually. You would think that we would lose to something like this, but we just use our ability, and we don't. And we don't! Oh, we didn't have the ability this time, though! Oh, 3 million pops with our, Archmage. We got 3 million pops with their Boomerang, 2 million pops with this guy, and surprisingly, Pat, man, 2.75. What the heck is he doing? Not doing a very good job, obviously. He's just a support hero. Either which way, if you guys enjoyed, press that like button. You guys know what to do. Blah. Have a good one.